Welcome to Crotchety Crochet. I'm Jill from FiberFloozieCrafts, and you're in the She Shed. I do have subscriber only set because this is going to be a vertical live, and a new thing. It's a new thing we're doing starting today. So today I want to show you some of my makes, and then I want us to this is kind of like and you might hear wordy dirts because that's just kind of how my channel goes. Um, they fly out sometimes. I hope that's okay. If not, maybe I'm not for you, and that's okay too. So it's going to be kind of like a stitch and bitch. We can just sit and just talk about whatever. And so come on in, grab yourself something to drink. I have my sloth cup Gracie got for me. Morning, sweet tank. How was your birthday? Top of the morning, Bonnie. Not everybody is a morning person, including me, but Mr. Fiber has a new schedule. So, Mama's going to have to get in a schedule too. Somewhat of a schedule. So I'm starting a new series today. This is Crotchety Crochet. Aw, I'm so glad you did, Bonnie. I am so glad you did. What are you working on today? I'm so glad, Tank. Did you have some good food? I hope you had some good foods and things you like. So, my coffee today, I ordered just for this so that I could spend time with y'all and try some new flavors. And I ordered it from Amazon. Original Bailey's ice cream, flavored ground coffee for the Keurig. This is today's flavor. Haven't tried it yet. I was waiting for the live to start. Y'all ready? Bonnie's making the emotional support chicken, bought the pattern. Something's wrong? Okay, cool. It's got that Bailey's flavor I like. This is a cool thing. Bailey's and no liquor. I'm kind of liking that. Black eyed peas, pork chops, and cornbread. Oh, so comforting. Mm-mm-mm. Yummy. You don't make the animals. Ah. Hey, Meemaw, Dawn P. Yeah, come on in. We're doing crotchety crochet. Y'all know what crotchety means, right? Mr. Fiber gave me this idea yesterday when he was Saturday on we had our, um, I don't, hold on, y'all, hold on. I don't remember if I put my phone on Wi-Fi. Let me check that. Y'all stay tuned. Okay, I'm back. Ooh, I'm glad I remembered to do that because I was not on the Wi-Fi and I was noticing some little bloop in and out. So, okay, we're all set now. Working on a veterans blanket. Oh, cool. Hi, Sally. I know. Mr. Fiber has a new schedule. So he's always worked 8 to 5 on Monday. Well, now he's going to be working 8 to 5 Monday and 8 to 1 the rest of the week, which means he's going to be up early every day. And with him getting up, moving around in the house every day, I am probably going to start getting up in the morning. Crotchety, ill-tempered, cranky, or subject to whims. Well, that's it. It's it right there. Crotchety. Except I spelled mine with an I. Ah, I wish we could, Bonnie. I tried that one time with the members and they cut me off. They said, "You're either gonna turn that music off or we're gonna turn you off." And I'm like, "What?" Because that's exactly what I wanted to do. You're working on the scrap blanket. Yay. I know it. I was so mad about that because that's what I was gonna do. I was winding yarn, and that's what we were gonna do. We were gonna wind up some yarn and listen to music and just chat and do all the things. That is have a jam session. It was gonna be cake and music, something like that. Oh well, it is what it is. It is what it is. And in this cup, I'm always double fisting it. That works. However you do your turns is absolutely great. Sometimes I do 2 chains and sometimes I do a half double. Sometimes I like the way the half double looks and then go instead of going straight down, I go over one. Do a half double and then go over one. It is whatever you want to do. You can do 2 chains and go over one. Just whatever you want to do. Gene Hackman's story is crazy. You know what I think about that? I think, my God, look at how he looked. In the end, he looks like everybody else, right? In the end, when everybody gets old, we all look like that. We all look old and ragged and rode hard and put away wet. That's what my mama used to call it. I mean, he looked like literal crap in the end, didn't he? Yeah, for 2 months. Now, how is it that a publicist or family or somebody did not find them for 2 months? How is that possible? That's some crazy shit right there. I mean, they were mummified. Their hands had started to mummify, meaning they were going dry. They'd been there so long. I just can't imagine. So this cup I have club soda. Yes, he was built over. Yes, he was crotchety. he was crotchety. So I want to show y'all some things, okay? Blanket from Art Junkie. We were doing a friend's blanket. We started down here on this other end. We started with this purple. And then each of us chose as far as members. Are you buffering? Well, I hope it's not on my end. And Sally, thank you. You have been with me for over a year as a member. Thank you so much. I'm not on StreamYard today, but I do thank you, my friend. I was trying to turn it down a little bit, but so we started with the purple, which was, I believe these were half doubles. And then each of us chose a stitch and a color. I chose V-stitch for the second one. I don't remember who did all of it. And then there's this one, I think, which was double crochets. I don't even remember. I think this was a pebble stitch. And then this one, I don't remember what that stitch was. I know this one is waffle stitch. More doubles here. Oh, Sally. I needed that today. That's why I'm here today. I needed y'all today. I had some of the most horrible, horrible dreams last night, and I woke up feeling like crap, thinking, why am I letting that get to me? It was a dream. Y'all ever do that? And you wake up thinking, what craziness? And then you have this feeling, and you're like, why am I letting that feeling get to me? It was a dream. And then we had this one and this one, and that one. More V-stitches, back to the V-stitches. And then we had the block stitch is what we ended it with. And then we were going to do a rainbow around the outside. And I got 2 done. It was supposed to be, Roy G. Biv, so red, orange, yellow. Well, I got 2 of them. I did not have an orange that I wanted that would work. I did this one in like light worsted or DK, and I love how it came out. It's very drapey. So, yeah. So there was that one. You're liking my scrap blanket? Now, the one I'm doing for the channel is being done in 4 weights. Absolutely, Sally. I should really do some visualization. I really should. And do exactly that. So we're not going to talk about it, right? It's done. Dream is gone. It was a dream. Let it go. Move on, right? And I finished the Floozie sweater. So I'm going to show it one more time. I've got to put my FiberFloozie patch, my little patch on it. There it is. This is the sleeve. Good morning, Maureen. And then there's the pocket. Yes, same here today, Tank. I will be thinking about you because today, tonight, tomorrow, and into Wednesday, it's going to be shit for a bunch of people. The weather is spring weather already, and it's just going to be crazy. And I am definitely thinking about you. Definitely. Because it's just going to be bad. And then up above, ice and snow. Craziness this week. So y'all be very careful out there. So I made this one with longer sleeves because this is a commission, and she wanted the sleeves to come down farther. So I made it to where the sleeves come to right about here, because this was a 3/4, but I did it so it would come down to here. And it's drop shoulder. So that means the sleeves will hang down just a bit farther, even though you make them a 3/4. But I added some rows before I started to go out, and that made a big difference. North and South Carolina, over 100 fires coming. Well, they're talking about us having fires here, and that it's going to like take off, and it will. If we get them, it's going to be because it has just been so dry, so crazy dry. I had to get hay for the cows because it's just we haven't had enough rain, and they're scrounging. They're scrounging a little bit. So we put a bale of hay out for them, and then because we don't produce anything here on this farm. We don't produce. Good morning, Gracie. I got my cup again. I'm so loving my cup. I've been in this cup for 3 days now. I have rinsed it out. Gatlinburg, no. What happened in Gatlinburg? I have some vague reference somewhere about Gatlinburg, but what? Tell me again. So anyway, here's what I'm thinking with the Floozie sweater. I'm going to try to get it written up, okay? Oh, at Dollywood, that's it. Yes. That's right. It almost took Dollywood out, didn't it? She rebuilt. But didn't it almost wipe it out? I do remember that. Now that you say Dollywood, I remember. She's in Gatlinburg. I guess I didn't remember she was in Gatlinburg, but I do remember the Dollywood thing. Wow. So what I'm thinking is I want to do this in a solid garter stitch so that we don't have to do the purls and like purl 1, knit 2s. Even though I love the texture it gives on this, especially with this yarn. But I really want to do it, like I say, I want to do it in a garter. So I'm going to play around with that, and I'm going to write it up both ways. So that one is done. Oh. And I did show some of this stuff the other day, but I wanted to show it again here to y'all. I finished the poncho. Some of you may not have lasted all the way to the end of my live with Matt and Rebecca. Y'all, I've had a sort of a almost no voice ever since then. That 3 hours of talking nonstop. Goodness gracious. Okay, I'm calling this one the Moody Menagerie Poncho. It's done in Big Twist Menagerie. It's one very long rectangle, and then you sew it up and you leave 12 inches at the end. You fold it and you sew it up the one side and leave 12 inches for your head to go in. And then you just throw it over the shoulder. And I used 3 complete, do I have any left? No, I have none left. 3 complete skeins of the Big Twist Menagerie left. I mean, in here. 3 of them in here. Now, I did this one and I based it on the Pretty Peaceful Poncho. The reason I'm calling it Moody Menagerie is because it's menagerie yarn. And my mood, wherever I decided, I put in a lace section. And I went back and forth. So I started with the double crochets, and then I put in a double chain 1 double, and then did more rows of doubles, and then I did double chain 2, 2 doubles, chain 2, 2 doubles, and I went back and forth between the single post and the 2 posts in there to make the deal. And it was just whatever the mood struck. So that's why I called it Moody Menagerie. And because that's what was That's where my mood was into this. This and that sweater is what I worked on until I finished the sweater and that. Thank you. Yeah, that was crazy, wasn't it? That was when we were having wildfires down in South Texas too. If y'all remember, I think it was the same year. So if you want to know how to make that poncho, it is a free pattern by Pretty Peaceful Crochet. If you go over to her YouTube, you can see the complete tutorial for it. But she doesn't put the lace in it. So it's just all double crochets. And she has measurements. So if you want to make small all the way to, I think, a 4X, she has the measurements for it. So if you go over and look at her channel, you will see it. I had 2 projects that I took out. Can y'all hear? Serbs is snoring almost. He heard me. He heard me. Stopped. Probably will be definitely snoring if we keep going. So I know that some people are going to be like, you did what? So I frogged the Boneyard shawl. I know, I started all that, but I frogged it. I'd only gotten this far, and I just was not, it was not bringing me joy right now, especially with what I was using. I want to go back and I do want to make it, but I want to use a different yarn. I was doing that fuzzy yarn together with another yarn and all that stuff, and it was just, I was just not enjoying. I like the feel, but not the process of making it. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So I took that one out, and it's going to be forever because the knitting takes so much longer. And then the other one that I took out was the Pure Joy that was not bringing me joy. The Pure Joy by Joji Locatelli with Donna's yarn in the Love on the Rocks colorway, my favorite colorway. This shawl right here is all worsted weight, and that's all Donna yarn. Crystal Skies hand dyed. And that one right there is the Seam Double shawl that we did here as a make-along. Everybody, please give me a thumbs up if you don't mind. I would really appreciate it. I see we have 8 thumbs and 16 people, so if you don't mind, thumbs help. There's one. Thank you. So I took those out. And I have it written down here. I also, if you didn't see it, I posted the blanket that we're all doing on Friday night, the Scrap and Crime blanket. If you want to follow along with me with the stitches I'm doing, I posted it in as a post in my community tab. I know, I try to remember to do that. But I wrote down my stuff. So the Moody Menagerie, the purple sweater, and so my hallway is looking much, much better. Where I put all my whips. I only have 4 bags hanging up in my hallway now. I I finished the Tunisian baby blanket. I finished it, you guys. The last time that you guys saw this blanket, the last time you saw it, I was right here. It's done. Done, done, done. This is one full hank of Karen 1 pound, Karen ombre, Karen 1 pound ombre. Am I saying that right? In the faded jeans color. This is one full skein. Okay. Now, see, that's where you guys were. I was basically halfway done the last time y'all saw it. And now I have finished it. And I did the simple stitch. I did the simple stitch and the simple purl. Now, I don't know what they're all called. You'll have to go over to Michael at MDL Crochet to really know what these stitches. I do know this is the simple knit stitch, and then I did a couple purl rows ever so often. And I wanted to see how far that Karen would go in a project. That is a good sized little blanket for one skein. Oh gosh, I don't know. I have a big order coming from We Crochet. The thing that bothers me is I'm pissed off at Hobby Lobby, not for the reason that a lot of other people are pissed off. Here's the crotchety part. Y'all ready? Let's get crotchety. We're going to get crotchety now. I'm mad because Joann's is closing. That was my favorite yarn store of all time. I'm mad at Hobby Lobby because they put us down to basically one aisle of yarn. I'm mad at Walmart because you only get a half an aisle of yarn at Walmart. I have more yarn than Walmart. Almost all Walmarts I walk into, I have more yarn than they do. Michael's is so cray-cray. Everything comes out as a limited edition, and they throw a little over here and a little over there and a little over there and a little over here just to throw you off so you don't really know that you're not really getting all that much yarn. And I don't like impeccable. I don't like the feel of impeccable. Yeah, Hobby Lobby for cotton, although there's been absolutely no new colors in I Love This Cotton. So it's just been, well, so Bonnie, where I live, I am halfway between Wichita Falls and Abilene, Texas. So in order to go to Wichita Falls to shop, it's 90 miles. In order to go to Abilene and shop, it's 70 miles. There's no yarn here by me. There's none. My local dollar stores don't even have yarn. Um, I'd have to go 40 miles to the Dollar Tree Family Dollar that's over there, and they didn't have any yarn when I went last time. Hi, Leanie. So glad you're here. I'm waving at you. Thank you. I'm on vertical, and I know that's frustrating when you're on your TV, but it's the easy way to do it for me here sitting in my chair. So I hope you'll forgive me for being vertical up there. But thank you. Right. Because they're not a home store, Sally. They're not a home store. They're a craft store. It says Hobby Lobby. Hobby. Hobbies. Okay. How many times can you actually decorate your house? They've always had home goods. Yeah. It's all very aggravating. Thank you. Okay, so that's another finish. And I can reclaim this bag. This is the bag that that was in. So now I'm going to reclaim that bag. Okay, now I want to show y'all something really fun. When Mr. Fiber and I went out for our date day, and we went to the thrift store, we went to Faith Mission, he picked up 2 sweaters that he decided to reclaim the yarn. Now what he does is he pulls them apart and then pulls the yarn and balls it up for me. And then I can use it in whatever. And I have a whole basket of it. And this is that sweater that he just did. And I'm super excited about this one because it's like a DK boucle yarn. You see that? Get it just a little bit closer. And then he has a gray, like a gray and a light gray, dark gray that he's doing now. And I noticed when he was pulling it apart, there's like a thread going through it. No, there's no shedding on this. No shedding. And it does have a little thread in there. But no shedding. Good morning, Debbie. So this is going to be, I have 2 of them. This is going to be one of those vintage shawls out of this book. I just have to pick which one I want to do, because I think I should be able to get the body of it done with this yarn and then possibly put the fringe on with something else. Pick something from my stash to put the fringe on with. But I don't know which one yet that I'm going to do. Like something like this, I think. See that one? I don't know, Bonnie, but I love shawls. It's my favorite thing to make. But I give them all away. It's true. That's exactly true, Thrifty. Sometimes they have a lot of yarn, and sometimes you don't get nothing. I know it. Now today, I am going to go through the rest of my vintage patterns because I want to mix it up. I want to do some modern stuff and I want to do some vintage stuff. But I've been wanting to do vintage shawls because vintage clothing, I don't think people would be interested in. You know, vintage hats, scarves, shawls, bags, those kinds of things are stuff that people would actually use. But the vintage clothing, unless it's a more simple color work, maybe color work yokes or stripes, kids, some of the kids stuff maybe. Some of that stuff they might do if it's vintage, or the Afghans. Sorry, excuse me. Most of the Afghans, vintage Afghans, is what people will do. And I want to do some of those too. But Mr. Fiber truly enjoys taking these apart. I'm feeling much better, but I have a lot of nausea, so I had to take another Zofran today. But the nausea, I think, is all from the Ozempic. Well, what I want to do with this one is do it together. So go over to my desk and do a down um, and get started on it. So I'm going to set this yarn and this together on my desk, and we'll do it together so that we read the deal and everything with the vintage. I think that would be a lot of fun. And then I have all that vintage yarn that I got the other day that I want to use on one of them. If you didn't see it, I got to compare. I wanted to get some of the vintage yarns that are talked about in that book, and they just happen to have it. This one is the Nantuck, and I got 4 of those in this cream color. And then I got the Red Heart Soft Baby. They need to come out with some more of this. Does anybody know what they replaced this with? This is like a Sport DK baby yarn, Red Heart baby yarn, and it's very soft. I would use the shit out of this stuff if I could find some more. Do you guys, does anybody know what they went to after they quit making this one? And then I got one of these, and this one I don't like. It's not the baby soft, it's the regular baby, but this is not bad and I'll be able to use it, but it's not soft. So I don't know if I'll even use that one in this project, whatever I use these for. We'll see. That might not be too bad. It's just like a stripe in there or whatever. Okay, y'all, I got a runny nose. This is a thing that we're just going to have to deal with, is because my mornings are just kind of crazy. But my eyes water now and my nose runs in the morning. And I think it's one of my pills that's making it happen. I'll have to look and see, Thrifty. Yeah. But I love that you do that, Bonnie. Do you know, I look at, so here's a difference for me in between like knitting and crochet. Don't you feel like when you look at crochet, you could almost figure out how to make it just by looking at it? But when you look at knitting, you're like, I have no idea. I mean, I have a simple idea of construction. I can look at the schematic if there's one, and I'm like, okay, I see that. But actually recreating it from the picture, not with knitting, but with crochet, I usually feel like I can. Whether I can for sure or not is another story, but I feel like I could just by looking at it. Morning, Mimi. How are you this morning? My gosh, I've been talking for 40 minutes already. Yes. Well, I do like the Finnegan, but and it typically, but I will be in bed. That will definitely make me go to sleep. Where the Zofran does not. It and it works fairly quickly for me, which I'm very thankful for. I know Izzy was talking about how it did not help her. She did not feel better after taking it, but it works for me. Okay, now that is my finishes. And now I'm down to, since I took those other projects out, I'm down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 projects total. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those, 6 of those, only 2 of those are projects that are like I can finish right now. Yeah, I'm kind of getting to the same way. It's just make shorter, yeah, on the knitting. I know. And like the Floozie sweater's done in either a 5 or 6 weight. So that goes faster. It takes me about a month, but it goes faster. And I'm trying to get faster with the Tunisian. That blanket that I did was really me trying to have some sort of a muscle memory with the Tunisian and get moving with it to where I feel like I want, you're going to laugh. Are you ready? I want to do a shawl with it and I want to do a hat with it. But anyway, I'll get there. The next thing I'm going to do in the Tunisian, yes, 8 projects. And only 2 of them are short time. The other ones are long term. So the granny stripe blanket that I'm doing, that one is a long-term project. The granny square blanket where I'm using the fingering weight yarn and making little granny squares, that's a long-term project. Although, I must say, if I sat down and did some squares, I could get that one, the squares done and be ready to put it together. Because I have like 20-something squares now and you need 64 for that blanket. I'm doing the Art Junkie one, which will take a while because that is an ongoing thing we're doing in the members live over there. And then the Scrap and Crime blanket is every week, so that's a long term. That leaves the Joyce cowl that I'm doing, which is knit, and I'm going to just make it so long, and then I will be done with that one. And that's the one I'm doing with the Malabrigo, and that's in the hallway on my wall. I'm doing those One Hat Wonders, which is knitting all of those little One Hat Wonders Sesame Street balls. I'm knitting all of those into hats. And Leanie's here. She's she got me on the TV, so she's not in chat. Everybody just say, hi, Leanie. She's here. So those, I'm just running through all of those. When I get them done, then that project will be done. And then I did some work on the Advent. So this is the Advent that I was doing. Hi, Annie. This is where I started. I started with the main color, and I've only managed to get 3 colors in so far. But this is the main color, and it's sparkle. And some of these are sparkle also. But I did the pink, and then this color here, whatever that color is, that has this black in it. And then this is the one I just finished. And now I'm doing a little bit more of the main color again. And I started by doing all single crochets, okay? This one's crochet. And I did, in this one last night, I did this all last night. I had started it, and I was like, oh, it's still taking forever. So I did some doubles, half doubles. So I did singles, half double, single, half double, And I do about 10 rows of each color, and I do whatever strikes my fancy when it comes to the regular. But yes, this is crochet. It almost looks like Tunisian in this smaller stitch. So the next color is going to be this one. This will be the next color of the Advent. And I need to sit down and cake the rest of these at some point in here, because not all of them are caked. So I need to do that. I'm still doing, right now I'm doing those one hat wonders. And I'm also still doing the posh hats. Here's the color I picked to do the next single crochet posh hat. Unforgettable Gossamer. It's 40% plus a 10% off. Is that what you're, what now? I have, what color do I still have? I have 3 Unforgettables left. No, I don't. Those are shawl in a ball. I'm looking at them over here. I might have 3 colors left in Unforgettable. I don't even now remember what I made with that. Don't even remember. This color is Smoothie Bowl. This one is Smoothie Bowl. Big Twist Posh. I know. Hey, Dana. How are you today? Are you on the road again? Oh, it's a crap room sometimes. That's funny. So there is your update on progress. And if you go over to the Facebook channel, the group page for Facebook, the Facebook group page, I'm doing a giveaway in there. And it's a big basket, crocheted basket that I made that you could put handles on and use as a purse. Just saying, it would be a big tote. And it has big twist yarn in it. It has some red heart in it. It has a fancy schmancy yarn I got at somewhere, probably Tuesday morning. I got, I don't know what it is in the mornings now. I think it's one of my medicines and I don't know which one. It just runs and my eyes are watery. Anyway, go over to the Facebook group and post what you're working on. And then next Monday, I'm going to pull a name from whoever comments on it. I think this, yes, the crocheted basket, yes. I want to make some more of those too, because I used up a lot of yarn on that. Oh, my yarn palace. You're in Maryland. Ooh, girl, be careful. We got weather coming this week, and I don't know where you're going to be at. I'm in the yarn crap room, evidently. My crap yarn room. I love it, Bonnie. It was so funny. That was so funny. I don't know if I can flip you around if it's going to show something in the camera. Let's see. Yeah, this is the handle from my holder. But do you see? Yep, all of that up there. I know. Right there, these are 5-weight yarns. And I think I could free up an entire space right there. That one is James C. Brett. Oh, Hobie Bingo's on? Okay. Well, I'm gonna keep this right around an hour every time. And then that white one is Red Heart Comfort, and that black is a Red Heart Comfort, I think. And I'm gonna pair them with those that I got from Premier. Those are those Premier painted colors. And then the other one is the Bloom, and I'm gonna pair them together in there. I know, that's Serbs and Duke. I don't know if y'all can see them. Yep, Serbs and Duke. He's twitching. Trying to do this without making y'all sick. And we're snoring now. My dad says that is the most spoiled dog I've ever seen in my life, and he's not wrong. He is not wrong. It is a collection, and that is actually and then see, and it goes all the way around. This over here is the 3-weight yarn. And then over there, it goes over to, I believe, all of that in this side. See, this is fingering, and I believe all of that is a 1, but I'm not positive. But that 1, 2, 3 area right in there. Yeah, and you know, right now I am extremely happy to have it. You know what I'm saying? Because the way things are going, this is where I'll be shopping, right? Yeah. Aw, thank you, Mimi. Thank you. You're a sweetheart. Okay, you guys, I'm going to try to keep it at an hour. That's my crotchety crochet for today. Brought to you by Bailey's Flavored Coffee without the liqueur. And a teal sloth with a big old red heart. See, he's giving everybody hugs. Thank you, Gracie. I'm going to get on with it and put all of this away. That's the last time you will see that stuff. Okay? That's the last time you'll see that stuff. Well, the whips you'll see again. Okay? I know that's the cutest sloth. People have made me stuff, but you know what? And I am thankful for all of them. But that one is so super cute. He's still sitting over there. I may wind up putting him up there with Flashy, but I need to be able to pull Flashy down whenever I want to, so I don't know. But yes, big old hugs for all of y'all. Big old painful crotchety hugs for you guys. We're gonna come in here whenever we do crotcheties. We're gonna do these, and we can bitch and complain. Whatever you want to do, we'll do it. Okay? And I'll keep y'all up to date on my projects and what I'm doing and whatever pills I have to take. All that crotchety stuff. I love y'all. Have fun today, and I'll see you soon, okay? Now, I'm not promising to do this every day, but I want to try to do it several times a week if we can, okay? All right. See y'all. Y'all be good.